Week 10. This week, we will finish Numbers and move into Deuteronomy, where Israel is finally poised to enter the land of promise. Deuteronomy, meaning, quote, second law, is Moses' retelling of Israel's short history, and especially a recounting of its covenant with God, told to a new generation during the final weeks before crossing into the land. As you read, watch for emphasis on God's uniqueness. He is one and the one true God. God's covenant love for Israel. The call for obedience so that the covenant people would reflect God's character and be blessed in their relationship with Him. And the dangers of disobedience. Watch for ways God's people were to model His righteousness as they related to God and to one another, and for ways they should care for foreigners, widows, and orphans. Keep in mind where we are in the story of Scripture. The laws of God make sense only in the context of the grand story of God. Week 10, Day 1, Numbers 29 through 32. The Holy War, described in this passage, can be disturbing to modern readers. How should we, followers of the Prince of Peace, read such passages? 1. Remember that the Midianites had attacked Israel and played a part in seducing the nation to worship Baal. The people who lived in Canaan at this time were violent and worshipped a fertility god. 2. This is God's war, and thus the Holy War served not only to protect God's people, but also to judge the Midianites. God's judgment against sin is violent because sin subverts God's relationship with people. God would judge Israel similarly at points in its history, though not to the point of annihilation. 3. God would eventually war against sin and Satan, providing deliverance for all people through the violent death of His Son. How did God's instructions to kill the Midianite men and burn their cities reflect His larger purpose for the Hebrew people?